Hi, I wanted to go over that Operation 2 thing in the Haas process. I got these from the model engine setup. There's no video content, but this is pretty explanational. The difference between two operations. We have Operation 1 is like normal vice, rectangular raw material, setting the coordinate in the middle or the corner, either way. Um, the benefit of raw material is you don't have to be that close. You'll make the part, but of course it's only partial. Then after that, if you can't clamp it back in this arrangement, like a hard jaw arrangement, you have an unusual shape of the part, which looks like this. You need to make soft jaws. So in this course, they had make a soft jaw and basing it on the corner, just like we're teaching in the Haas video. And also order of operations, we're talking about it here. How is part held? What is the part reference? So it's I guess we're using the same WCS coordinate system that to make the jaws as to machine the part. All right. I do it the same way to make the jaws, but I refer to the model as the position of the part. But it's probably less problematic in to just do the corner and just spell that out. But that means you got to be using the exact jaws. You can't be using something close to it or sort of something you made yourself. So I think we need to have an explanation of, and also because we're really not cutting anything over here, and there was a question of what happens to the Z wire X axis, which is I think not a good answer to what happens to that. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. Do I have a? Here we go. Bang, 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 bang. When we're doing the WCS over here and the parts over here, what it's really a relative thing, but I think you got to have a video explaining that. Like, why are we over there? We're not probing the material, or how come we're not probing the material? That's a common one. People get confused and they start probing the corner or the middle of this thing, and it's not accurate enough. So I think we got to have a really good explanation of Operation 2 and a little bit better than just follow along kind of stuff. So we got to do some thinking. Oh, I have the competitor's shirt on here. So back to the. This is actually the jaws that came with the downloads for this engine project right here. So you get the flange, the part is in there. So in this case, to machine this, we go to machining, which is here, and my setup. Let me put the part back on. That one. Probably should give it a different color. I would do new setup. Oh, switch to milling. Switch to let me switch to model box. Of course, it's trying to align to the model. If I select this as the model, right? That's kind of the problem with that. It's you're trying to like model a line, or if you did stock box, and you haven't identified this, so we in class do model box, and we like this one we would pick the center, and we would get this coordinate either upper corner or left corner, and then we engrave right on here how to get GPS from here to here. I think it's a little bit about following directions and setup sheet instructions. So I'm seeing that's in my experience has been more typical in the industry. I am not sure how many people are using the soft jaw creation location to program the part. So that's kind of my dilemma. You might want to ask Mark Terryberry about that. Which way is what does he see? I'm only going by my experience. So anyway, in this case, how do I get over there? I have to actually select these, I guess. And I guess I'd call it all that for now. Go back to here. And I'll do what? Selected point. Of course, this says chamfers on here, so this coordinate's not going to be that. And you got to know, what do the Haas ones have chamfers on them, or we do want to model them totally square? So, that's going to be a problem for me. So that's why we would bore a hole in and say that's our locator. So I guess we got to kind of figure out that dilemma. The operation 2 is, and maybe that's why Titan avoided it, So it's actually people could do it many different ways. So, if I disconnected that and I use this as the body, and I use even if I use that as a solid, or if I do from preceding operation, then I'm going to use this is my coordinate, and I'll program accordingly. And then what happened to the jaws? Yeah, soft jaw. Okay. So you are teaching it in this one, right? We're on Op2. We're using the corner, and I think we kind of walked our way through that. And right now I'm using the jaw with the bigger spacing rather than the other one. That was getting confusing for me, but that's really all I'm talking about on second operation WCS location. And actually the question that you had on why is it over there, Even when I do I actually had made a part, and I try to explain, let's just probe the made part and line up with the model. But that's not how it's done in industry. Let's say you had a complete part and you went in and you probed one of these holes and made that your WCS. Because in industry you have half-made parts. You don't have a complete part yet, So I would say corner of jaw with square corners, right? So if I did, I forgot how our setup went here. Edit, setup. I got fixture, I got body. Stock is from preceding. And how do we select? Oh, we did selected point. Okay, got it. I'm okay with that. I kind of like the idea of Titan actually got off the band track. He went model box point on the first one, and it requires you to shift, which the video said to do it that way, and we just kind of align ourselves to that. I think it should be stock box point on first operation, and to make it simple, we'll just do corner of jaw on second op. So it's actually a simpler and less problematic. So that's really my explanation of the two. I wanted to actually dig up this one here. And that's about it for me. Okay, talk to you later.